Yeah, and I'm so happy that I saw you and most of my friends in the Miss Universe in that small videos that they did in between portions, and you were with Miss Mexico. How did that
I was in
feel?
almost every commercial, first of all.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I got more airtime than even some of the girls who made it into the top
I
10.
agree. Yeah, yeah.
Kind of funny. But yeah, I got to speak on in a private room with Miss Universe.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was kind of cool. And we got to share our stories. Hers is about street harassment, mine was gender-based violence. And we didn't know when the content was going to get used or what it was used for. But I was really, really, really honored and happy that it was on prime time television for millions. And so that is a very special moment for me at Miss Universe. That was a really great conversation I had with her. Andrea is a great girl. She stands for a lot, and I can't wait to see what she can achieve as Miss Universe. But that was a really great conversation, and I think it's one that had to be had. And I'm really glad that they chose to speak about things that women are experiencing domestic violence right now, and they also chose to put out a piece prior to the show starting. I don't know if they aired it actually during the show, but it was about cyberbullying.
They did. I think they did. I think it was.
Because I put it up before Miss Universe, but I don't know if it was on the actual show night. Those were. It was.
It was gender-based violence with you, Haiti, Belize, and Mexico. Yeah, that was shown, and then Canada was shown. And cyberbullying was also shown. Yeah.
I'm really glad they chose, because I know they did quite a few. But I'm really glad that they chose to shine a brighter light and really dedicate some time to those two topics, because it even goes to show, when I was speaking to Mexico about it, this is a worldwide, global issue. There's not a single woman in the world that can say right now she has not been verbally, physically, sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
Every woman has experienced something like that.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to say that, and disappointing to say that, because we can't then go back and say, well, we know each man who is accountable for these things, because every woman can say yes, but it's so baffling that we never know which man it is.
Yeah.
And so it really goes to show how important it is to keep having discussions like this, and the amount of impact that you can have just by using your voice, because we always think you have to have some big grand plan to, make a change in the world. But like, just having that conversation, it only took one of us.
Yeah.
It only took us speaking out, owning our story, owning our truth, and fulfilling our purpose to make a difference. I mean, even after that, I got a message from a young woman in Colombia saying, after hearing my story, she went out to seek justice and safety, and now she's back with her family. And she's like, I don't know if you'll get to see this message. I really hope you do, but I want you to know you helped save me.
Wow.
You know how that made me feel? I was the biggest winner after Miss Universe getting that message. Like, I might not have walked off with a Miss Universe crown or sash, which I'm not defined by, but I helped save a woman's life.
Yeah.
And even after everything I've gone through in my own hurdles, training for Miss Universe, not placing, all of that is worth the one life that I saved.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe you could start having your own show. I mean, you've done Queen Talks and everything, and it's happening. Oh gosh, Hillary, please involve me. I'm gonna help you with PR. I'd be so happy to work with you.
I always remember the people that have supported my journey genuinely through everything in life, and those people you guys stuck with me.
Yeah.
But trust me, I never forget those people.
Yeah. And remember, I sent you a video with my best friend yesterday. And,
I did.
Yeah, and we were actually thinking already, okay, because he's a Filipino American. He's holding an American passport, so he can basically go everywhere. He can go to Barbados at any time. I'm like, how about me?
Sorted.
Yeah, we'll get it. And we're actually planning, because like I'm planning to visit Iris, I'm planning to visit Mariah in Cayman Islands, and I'm planning to visit you also. And I'm like,
you're in Barbados whenever you're ready.
Yeah, and I think I could. I have to check it, but I think I could go to your country with a US visa. So we'll just sort it out. Yeah, and I'm definitely gonna let you know. So, okay, the next question. I think you already answered it, but how did you feel that majority of the front runners and good speakers with great stories did not make it?
Quite disappointed, to be
Yeah.
honest. Like I said, there were so many strong women, so many great speakers, so many great stories
Yeah.
that I think really could change the world.
Right.
And I'm not just saying that having been part of Miss Universe. I genuinely think collectively as women, the women who are there can be huge change makers, and
Right.
we really need them after experiencing everything we have lately. So it was really disappointing. It was really shocking.
Yeah.
And I really was just super hopeful and optimistic that maybe it would be a little bit different this year. Maybe there will be some more surprises. Maybe it wouldn't be so traditional with the classic front runners, the ones with the largest franchise.
Yeah.
I was just really hopeful, and so when everything unfolded how it did, it was disappointing. But I hope other women know, the other delegates know, that they're not defined by it, and that they all deserve to be there. We're all worthy, and that they can still achieve so many great things, because it's all about perception.
Yeah.
And while pageantry is a great platform, it's also a lot of politics, and a lot of it is out of your control.
Right.
And so personally, for me, I've achieved more than I even thought I could have at the beginning, having now gone to Miss Universe, having impacted women's lives, having told my story to millions. That is great for me. And I know I'm still going to achieve so much more, even though it's done faster, like I said, but I'm still going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm determined, I'm hardworking, I'm resilient, I'm still going to launch all my platforms. I'm still going to continue advocating for women's rights and women's safety. I'm still going to, it's genuine, it's who I am. So I know I would have loved the experience of being Miss Universe to have an even larger audience, but everything in time, and if it's meant for you, it will come to you. So
yeah,
I know I don't really have any plans of pageantry again in the future, just because, like I said, you work so long and hard for those short few moments. At this point, obviously I'm also getting older, so I'm ready to, it's like a bittersweet ending to this chapter, that while it's over, I'm really happy now that I can shift my focus and my time to my own passion projects, my own thing that I want to achieve in life, because we really dedicate a long time and a lot of hard work to prepare Miss Universe. And so it's going to be nice to focus on me now. Things I can't control.
and I feel like, Hillary, that you're going to do a lot of things. Like, even before you say something, I could feel like your spirit from here, that you're just going to do everything, anything, and you're just going to start anything. So God bless you on that, Hillary.
Life is so short.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
One thing I've learned, even during the pandemic, it's bet on yourself, and the time is always now. Because you never know what's next to come. And it doesn't matter how great you plan. You could have the most detailed 5-year plan, and one little thing could wipe all that to shreds.
Yeah.
So you have to learn to be adaptable, to learn how to pivot and live in the moment and make the most of these situations. I had this huge plan for my career where I was working, lost my job because of the pandemic. Completely out of my control. That forced me to change my perception, to launch my own digital marketing agency. Things I can't control. Now I'm thriving, not just surviving day to day, but I have employees. I'm incredible. And it's, you just gotta bet on you. And I don't want to waste time saying, oh, I wish I did this, or I wish I said that, or oh, I wish I spent more time here. It's just, if it feels right, do it. If you doubt yourself, do it even more. Do it even harder, Devote yourself to the things that make you uncomfortable, because that is where growth will happen. And I'm never going to want to live a life saying, what if?
Yeah. And God just redirected you to the things that he wants you to do. And here you are, you did Miss Universe, you own your company, and COVID just accelerated everything that you're supposed to do.
You know what? Honestly, I know the last year has been so hard, and respectfully so, for so many people, but it was the best year of my life.
Same here.
It was honestly the best year of my life. I found safety, found justice, launched a business, became Miss Universe Barbados, healed mentally, emotionally, physically. I've evolved tremendously. I was forced to grow and stretch in areas that I was so comfortable in. And I'm a whole new woman, all within the last year. And I think that is incredible, to be honest. When I look back and see the amount of growth that's happened, I'm so proud, you know? And I just want other women to take those chances on themselves and relish in those moments that you might be a little bit sad, but pick yourself up and find a new plan and keep going, because life is not a bed of roses. We all know that. You have to learn how to bet on you, how to choose you, how to say yes to opportunities, and the things that you can control, you know, be the best in that, but always make yourself a little bit uncomfortable just to keep evolving.
Right. You should run for politics, Hillary. Did you ever consider that?
People have told me that, you know. People have told me that, and I am always like, really?
No, not maybe the highest position, but anything that involves like civic work or community work, because like you could be good for leadership. Like you could actually you can move people. Like, you know, not everyone can open a marketing company in the time of pandemic. Like you actually took a risk. So politics could actually be your avenue too. So
that's funny. You know what? I might look into it, just because I'm always so shocked when people tell me that, and you're not the first person lately to tell me to get into politics. And it's never been something that's crossed my mind, like not even the slightest. And now I'm like, maybe y'all onto something.
Because like I think you have that, you know, you have that strength and tenacity to like actually go through difficult moments, difficult situations. And again, perspective plays a big role in how you see things. And you got what it takes. I mean, it doesn't have to be prime minister. You know, a simple counselor or a barrister or whatever you call that involves like actually changing a community. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, and you're Miss Universe Barbados, so that's an advantage. So, okay, so we're down to the last 4 questions. What did you do after the top 21 was called, and what was the atmosphere backstage?
I was Miss Congeniality at that moment. And I was just consoling other girls, you know. There was nothing more I could do. I had already accepted everything. I had my moment, like I said, after prelims, and I was just being there for the other girls, making the most of those last few moments, you know, having my last conversations with them, taking some pictures, talking to the chaperone team that was backstage. And while I was upset, I was more focused and happy on how far I've come and the people I've met along the way, that I wasn't going to spend the whole night like bawling my eyes out there. It just didn't make sense. You know, it's already happened. It's already done. I was like, go cry when you get back to Barbados in quarantine or something. But like in that moment, I was just, it is what it is. And like I can compartmentalize really, really well. And so that's just what I did. And I just wanted to have fun the rest of the time that I was there. And that's exactly what I did.
Who did you console first? I'm curious.
Bahamas. She was right next to me, and I was obviously really close with her. So I could see she got a little like sparkly eyed. And I was like, oh, you did everything you could. You're incredible. You know, I was so proud of her. Bahamas, Belize.
Iris, okay.
Really sweet girl. Belize, USA, Thailand, Philippines, Chile. A lot of the girls were it's natural to be disappointed.
Yeah.
And everyone reacted a little bit differently, but just letting them know, like, you were incredible. Like, so proud of you. And then I think another thing why some of them were so disappointed is because even some of the messages, that's why I didn't check my phone after the competition or even during the competition. I'm like, I'm not even looking at it. And I know some did. And some of the messages weren't nice. Some of the comments weren't nice. And you're already upset. And then having that on top of that, it's just like, come on. Like, you know, it costs nothing to be kind. And either they're comparing them to other delegates, or this is why you didn't make it any further, or just sending hate messages. It's just sad, very sad. I think that had a lot to do with some of the reactions backstage.
Yeah, and just so you know, Hillary, I also didn't know how to handle, because like I worked with Iris, and I didn't know how to handle, how to send her a message right after Top 21 or right after the coronation. But thank you so much for being there for her. I have no idea what she went through when she was there. We just spoke for a few minutes, I think. But yeah, now that you mentioned Philippines, how was it? You consoled her. Like, how was she backstage after not making it to the top 10? And how was it like working with Rabiya throughout the duration of the competition?
Such a sweet girl. Such a sweet girl. And she was in one of the dance segments with me, so I got to chat with her a little bit because we were in completely separate groups majority of the time.
Yeah.
Such a lovely woman. Such a lovely, kind woman. And she's just so refreshing.
Yeah.
And she comes from such a powerhouse country, but she isn't like thinking, she's the best or, coming through Philippines. Like, she was so humble. She was so beautiful. She was so kind. And the brief moments of conversation that I did have with her, I was like, she's so sweet. Like, I didn't expect anyone there not to be sweet, but she really was really, really kind. She actually helped me learn one of the little dances. So I was like, but she was really sweet. And, I could never relate to coming from such a large powerhouse factor country like hers. But I'm sure I know she's gotten mean messages, and it's all about how you know what you're worthy of, how hard you work, trying not to let those define you. So I'm sure, like herself and many other women from large countries like that, they probably got some hurtful messages. But
yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine Venezuela too not making it. I love Mariangel so much. She's very intelligent, yeah. So, okay. So what was the most memorable part of the competition? I know you love to eat, I know the food, so I know the dancing and everything, but what was the most memorable part of the competition? Let me guess, check-in.
Honestly, it's hard to pick just one because there were so many special moments. I'm sentimental now.
Oh, go share.
I'll say top 5 moments. One was definitely speaking about gender-based violence with Miss Mexico.
Okay.
That was one of my top for sure. Shooting with Fadil, wow.
Your photos were amazing.
That so much fun. He's great energy. I would love to shoot with him again. Shooting with Fadil, like, how many women can say they've done that? That's amazing. Meeting all of the women honestly is life-changing to be surrounded by so many other resilient, confident, amazing women. Like, the energy in that room, I just know collectively, it kind of restores hope.
Yeah.
Because even as one person, while you can make a difference, you just wish that you could always do more, that more women would, join the movement. But being at Miss Universe restored hope for me in a lot of things, in many different platforms in life. Racism, gender equality, mental health, body image, body positivity. There's just so many things to talk about, and every woman there represents something so different. So that was really special. I wish more women could get to interact with all the delegates there, genuinely, like how I did. Obviously, the competition was fun, and interview those are my top moments.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, so I know you were not, I know you mentioned that you cannot do anything different, to improve your performance. But if you were to specifically choose one thing that you wanted to change, that you could have done different, at Miss Universe, what would that be? But I don't think you have one because like you've done so well.
That's the thing. It's like I really, even if I want to say yes, I don't even know what it would have been. Because it's like I don't even know what I could have. I don't know. My platform was genuine. I was always talking about it. I was active on social media. I wasn't a try hard. I was authentic. I was kind. At Miss Universe, you're judged for everything from how you present yourself to your energy to how, if you're on time, you're constantly observed. And I feel like I crossed my T's and dotted all my I's.
Yeah.
And I don't know what more I could have done. I definitely know I couldn't have done anything more in the interview. Maybe I could have done some more turns on stage. Maybe I could have flicked my hair a certain way, but I don't think that it should be the determining factor of if you advance further into the competition or not.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
I know I'm confidently beautiful. I know I would be a great Miss Universe. I know many women around the world would be able to relate to me, and not just my own personal platform, but anything that I speak about. Like, I'm a speaker. That's just who I am. That's what I do for a living. And so I can't pinpoint something I would change or that I wish I could have improved, because I know I did the best that I could and was the woman that I thought would be a good Miss Universe.
Yeah.
So
you always leave me speechless, Hillary. I just would love to listen to you the whole day and talk. You always make me smile. So, okay, so before I'll ask you for your messages for your fans and for the new Miss Universe, which you have interacted, which made me so happy, what is next for you? I know that you have a long list of things to do, but tell me one thing that you're most looking forward to after Miss Universe.
So right now, the things I will share that are on the table is, like I said, I'm launching my platform, Women's Survival Diary, where they can anonymously share their stories. I think it's going to be, and sponsors are coming on board to, provide that mental support, that legal support, all of that for women, which I think is going to be, I think it could be life-changing, because it's something that I wish I had access to when I was going through it.
Yeah.
And so right now it's going to be focused on Barbados. I hope to expand that further regionally and then internationally.
Yeah.
So I'm working on right now. I'm going to continue working with UN Women and further now that I have more time. So I'm really excited about that. I think UN Women is such an incredible brand, and we really align with everything that we believe in. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm working with one of the female senators. So maybe I'll get into politics. But I'm working with one of the female senators here on a campaign to end period poverty in the Caribbean. So that's really exciting. And I'm getting into some hosting and television, and I have a podcast coming soon. A lot of things on the plate right now. We're just fleshing out timelines and strategies and plans, but those are the active projects that I'm working on. And then, of course, the imagination's always churning. If there's one thing, it's like I've kept my national directors and the whole team very busy. I have a lot of ideas, and even though the competition is done, they know now is like the real work for me. Now it's the stuff that I most. And the thing is, I have such an incredible team here at home that I'm so thankful for, and they genuinely want to see you do amazing things even after the competition is done, because they know you're going to be that change maker in society for the next or the next woman or any woman within our communities. So they really, really invest and pour into every single way that they can. So, and even comparing to some of the other delegates, things that I've heard about their organizations or national directors, I'm truly so lucky to have the team that I do have.
Yeah. You know what God revealed to me or impressed to me in my heart that would be a best position for you in politics? Ambassador.
Yeah,
you could be an ambassador of Barbados to another country. Because I feel like you could actually, tourism, it's been there, right? But I feel like you're more than just a tourism face or ambassador, but you can actually be an ambassador of Barbados, another country, and especially that you're so passionate about helping women. You going, you went through that, and you could speak through that, and you will, you could fight for your life for that topic and for that cause. And I feel like you could have that kind of position. So maybe if you have more time in the future, study about um, a course in ambassadorship or whatever, or anything that would bring you to that position. Yeah. So, yeah.
Honestly, speaking has always been one of my passions, and everything that I've experienced in life, I know I want to do everything I can for other women.
Yeah.
And so that's definitely a path that I'm looking into now. And I think that's kind of why I was looking into hosting in television, and we're working on that project right now. With the podcast, but I definitely want to reach more women. I want to be on a larger scale, even internationally. So it's definitely something I'll look into because it is a passion of mine.
Yeah. I mean, in the long run, when you grow older, when you reach my age, and I'm 34, so maybe by the time, well, yeah, by the time you reach my age, you would have, you would have achieved a lot already, because you've achieved so much now. How much more in 6 years' time? So, yeah, and I could really just see you in that platform, going to politics, making more change, having a good life somewhere, somewhere outside of Barbados, representing your country. And I know it's never going to be easy, but I felt like God has prepared you for it. And I'm so excited for you, Hillary. I'm so honored to be your friend. If you're blessed to have this platform with me, I'm more than blessed. And I really just want to honor your heart. I'm so happy that I was not wrong in believing in you. Because like I've said, if you're going against the grain at this whole pageant industry, I too, as a Christian, is going against the grain in changing the narrative in pageant blogging, and choosing to believe in countries that are smaller, that are not in powerhouse countries. And it's I don't strive. I just love to support women that I love to support. I can relate to your I can relate to your story. I was also abused several times, sexually harassed. So I know where you're coming from, and I'm so glad that a lot of women are speaking again about it. And they're speaking about it with love and with compassion, and you have our support, and we're so happy to support you with that, Hillary. So before we end, any messages to I'm not gonna make you cry. Do you have any messages to your Filipino fans?
Well, I now, after Miss Universe, and even more so after this interview, I know I'll have a lot more. But I wanted to thank each and every single one of you for believing in me, for supporting me, and just sending me supportive, kind, sweet things. And even after the competition was done, it really means the world to not even just myself, to any delegate who has received messages like that. Because while you could be cheering on your own delegate, and I know you guys are, it's really nice to know that globally you guys are being aware of the incredible women that went to Miss Universe to represent their countries, their platforms, and their stories.
Yeah.
And so I really appreciate how you guys have invested your time and everything into me. So it really warms my heart. And it really just, even on the bad days, because not every day is sunshine and roses, not every day I feel positive, but every time I read a message like that, or I see a post or a comment, it reminds me of what I'm doing is always worth it.
Yeah.
And a part of growth is not having to defend yourself in every situation, not having to always respond, not having to, try and paint a different picture, or, fight every single battle. Yeah. And if there's one thing, I've impacted and reached so many lives through my platform and just through Instagram, having conversations like this, that I will never use my space, time, or energy to foster negativity. I will only use it to spread love, awareness, and create change. And so every time I'm having a bad day, but I see those messages, I'm reminded, like, what you're doing is for a purpose bigger than yourself. Yeah. And keep focused, keep on the path that you're on. So you guys really make everything worth it for me. And I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if it weren't for you guys, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, and thank you for allowing me to allowing us, to be a part of your journey, Hillary. You also legitimized my vlog and my platform. Thank you so much. If all the vloggers are, rushing towards those big powerhouse country, God led me to you guys. And what better way to expand the way God wants it to be is to serve those who are, not being noticed. And I'm so, so happy that we got connected, and it's not going to end here. I don't want to cry. So, anyway, before we end, any messages to our new Miss Universe, Andrea Meza? I'm so happy that she changed her styling and she came through she's very unassuming. I love her. She's very, she's not overbearing, overconfident. You, for one, have known her in that, private chat. Any message for Andrea?
I'm really excited to see what she can achieve and what she can do for the world with this platform. She has such a huge opportunity right now, and especially coming after a woman like Zosie. The world has very high expectations, and I know she's such a hardworking and deserving woman, just like every single one that was there. And I really cannot wait to see how she continues to navigate through the pandemic, to raise her voice, to create awareness for things in the world. And I know, having a platform similar to mine, I'm really, really excited to see what she can continue doing, not just for Mexico, the women of Mexico, but for the women of the world. And, I'm just looking forward to seeing what she can do. And I know she's capable of amazing things. I got to know her in that private room and speak about the platform. And I was a little emotional after, and after that was done, her and I had a little heart to heart and hugged it out. And she's a really, really sweet girl. So I'm really, really excited for her.
Yeah, and can you just imagine the immense pressure that, coming in as Miss Mexico? And just to share a few insight, I also received a lot of hateful comments against Andrea, and I just deleted them because I know she doesn't deserve to hear it. And when she came out in the preliminary competition with that stylist, she looked so amazing. I'm like, yeah, way to go, Andrea. And she's actually in my list, and I'm so happy she came through. So Andrea, congratulations, and you have our love and support. You're so unassuming, and I think that's the reason why you won. So guys, that's almost 2 hours of conversation with the amazing Hillary.
Hours.
I know. So I'm just gonna cut this into parts so that you could get the most out of it. So yeah, guys, thank you so much, and to my friends in Barbados, thank you so much for the support. You have a great and amazing Miss Universe representative, and she's now the benchmark for the next Miss Universe from Barbados. And you guys are so blessed to have Hillary. So once again, thank you so much for supporting Pageant Talks Season 2 with me, Jian Lasala, and make sure to follow, like, and subscribe to all of our social media accounts, and stay tuned for more episodes. So yeah, bye.